Hi, welcome to the Metastock tutorial, and now I just want to show you a couple of things which is very interesting is what we call Trendline. Okay, the first one I will talk about is actually putting Trendline. Why we do Trendline is basically to face or really picture what the chart is telling us. I mean, we all learn about the stages and market structure in the market, but how do we picture it? I think that's the key point. And a lot of time, you on the left hand side of the Metastock, you would see this. If you don't have this, you need to switch it on. I believe there's a tool or Windows somewhere here. You just need to switch it on. That's this here, or there's another one you can actually cycle it through. You can see that, right? That tells you the different types, but the main one is always here. This is a crosshair, the downtrend, uptrend, the vertical bar. And this is the one that we're really interested in is this. The whole reason why, once you click on it, you'll see this will turn to a little pencil or pen. It tells us the stages of the market. Where is it? Is it in stage 2, which is a markup, or is it in a sideways market, stage 1 or stage 3, which is either accumulation or distribution? So what we want to do here is just basically just draw the lines. Like this is post that what you saw earlier. We can just draw the line here, and the key thing is to maintain consistency. Now, how do we draw trend lines? Let me just delete that. We can use this to draw the trend line, which is much easier, or you could use this to draw the trend line, right? We use this. Okay, now the trend line is perhaps the easiest way to look at it is the number of points that is touching the line. The number of points that's touching, the more the points, the better the support is. In this case, let me just zoom in and just show you what I mean. In this case, you have two bars, both the low and the open touching it, and this one here. So of course, you can also argue, you can move this and in here. It doesn't really matter. Now remember, this is not a beauty contest where, or a very specific criteria where the support here is at the 3 ringgit 41 cents as opposed to 3 ringgit 39 cents. So don't look at the detail, but the point is look at where the support is, because the whole point is to know where we want to place our stop loss and where the market is likely to fall. Okay, so let me just zoom out again. So we have a support here, and now what we want to draw the trend lines. Okay, we want to stretch the trend lines. We could use this. Okay, we want to draw that as much as possible. Okay, you can see that's a trend line, and sometimes it's difficult to see. What we want to do is to highlight this point. You can also highlight the next one by pressing Shift. I'm pressing the Shift keyboard, and you press the line. So you notice this and this one is highlighted by the dark square peg. See this? So you just go down right at the bottom left side, and you can change the thickness of the chart. You can see so much better, correct? All right, so you could see that. Now what we want to do, we want to see that the market has moved sideways from what we call a triple. You know, this is a triple bottom. Okay, first bottom, second and third bottom. And what we can do, if we can click on this one here, you can see this is highlighted, and right mouse click. Okay, why you want to do that? Because we want to create a parallel line. Okay, let me just show this again. Click here, you can see. You see, once it's clicked, you can see this is highlighted by the square, and you just hover it, right mouse click, and you can see parallel lines. All right, you can see parallel lines again. This will be parallel, and what we do, we just try to move it to area where we think. Again, we can also make this thicker. There you go, and there you see it. We can also pull the chart a bit smaller by just clicking it and pull it down. Click and pull down, click and pull down, right? Or you can click and pull up, click and pull up. If you get something like this and you're lost, there's this button in here. You can see this is the one that refresh. You can see at the bottom left hand side, what did it say? Vertically rescale the left axis for best fit. There you go, back where you are. Okay, so if you ever get lost like this, you can always do this again. Rescale vertically so the y-axis will give you the best fit. Okay, and then you can zoom back in again. So this tells you that the market is still on the uptrend in here. A good point to be really buying at would be at the support at this level, maybe $4.80, $4.70. Okay, so that concludes the trend line in here. Of course, you can always do more with this. You can also draw another one here, just using the vertical bar here, right? Another one here. But the whole point is not to draw too many lines that it's very difficult for you to see. Keep it simple. Keep it something very easy for the eye. Remember, beauty is on the eye of the beholder, and if you keep it simple, you can, the chart can really tell you that, look, when I look of it, this chart is going up, it's either going sideways or it's going down. I think that's the whole point we want to see. We want to be trading with the trend. I think the keyword is trading with the trend. So with that, I conclude this tutorial for this trend line, and I'll go on to the next one, which is to change the chart type and save. Okay, chart type and save, which is typically what we look at here. Now, if you have drawn all this and you say that, look, now I want to put a bit of movement and a bit more annotation here, you can put it, look here, I put uptrend. Okay, so you can see this text here now is uptrend. However, you only want this to be specifically saved as another chart, because you want to keep the original as clean as possible. So what you do, you go to File, Save As. Right, this is a chart type. You just call this probably is Studies. Okay, Studies 1. Okay, click Save. You can see this immediately becomes Study1.mwc. That's a short form for Metastock chart. Metastock's chart. So this is MWC. Now, if I close this, just to show you if this thing works or not, I'll go back to Open Post. You could see this was the original, right? Let me just delete that. That was the original. Nothing has been changed, and this is the original chart. The whole point, you want to keep the original. And if you do a lot of annotation for your own personal study or notes, I suggest what you do, you will go and File, Save As, Chart. This is Study 1. Let's say for illustration, I can put a lot of little a signal buy here, watch out for here, and sometimes I'll tell people, look, if I'm happy, I bought a good stock, so you can put your chart here. Hey, you're happy, right? It's going higher. Or if you lost money, and you can put this a bit grumpy here, and that tells you your expression of your feeling as you go. And you could save this as Study 2. There are many ways we could do this. Is Study 2, right? Now, very important, make sure the chart type here is called chart. Okay, chart type here is called chart, and you press save. There you go. You notice on the top left hand side, this will be study2.wmc. All right, so that's the end of changing the chart type for saving and putting annotation. Thank you for listening.